Hello and welcome to section 6, part 5 of Beauty Secrets for Your Soul, Golden Angelic Wealth Codes. This is a novel series. Um, that the book was written by myself, Michelle McMillion, and the co-host of the series is Rich Guy. All right, and we're gonna be wrapping it up with this final section 6, part 5. This is the engagement part. All right. And then next time we'll be diving into part 6 of the novel. Now, Rich Guy, would you like to share with the listeners a bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm Rich Guy. I lost over 120 pounds last year, and I started a health and weight loss community on school.com called Former Fatsos United.
Terrific. And we will go ahead and get started. And Rich Guy, why don't you begin section 6, part 5?
Thank you. Once the dinner cruise was over, they went back to their suite at the Royal Crystalline Boutique Hotel, said goodnight as they were both ready for a good sleep from the wonderful day they spent together at the Louvre and Seine River dinner cruise.
And day number 5 during the Paris adventures was now bestowed upon them with glee. The 9 a.m. breakfast with room service meat was upon them again to make a great uh, decisions on how to spend an exciting day together.
This day they chose to stay inside. No traveling around and enjoy a day of receiving world class beauty and spa treatments at the Royal Crystalline Boutique Hotel, thus keeping things quiet, simple, and meditative.
Now, the spa day began with receiving the most relaxing her and his Thai massages, where they laid side by side of each other on their own tables overlooking a French lavender flower garden Fernanda. Now, the floral scents of the lavender, they were invigorating, okay, during the sacredness of these highly trained Thai masseuses. They were providing top notch quality. Stretching was incorporated into the massages too.
The morning massages lasted 1.5 hours in length. Afterwards, Catalina and Antonio were ushered into the day spa luncheon room, where delicatessens of a vegan salad niçoise with hazelnuts and fresh lemon were served, along with fine herbal tea and juice selections were provided.
So, this refreshing luncheon experience then garnered the opening for an afternoon spent with both receiving luxury manicures and pedicures of the finest quality.
And following were facials of elegance. For Antonia, it was a masculine facial that was like going to a first class barber shop, receiving a good smooth facial shave and back of the neck hair trim, while being pampered with hydrating skin tonics and facial massage afterwards.
For Catalina, it was a highly attuned facial cranial massage along with pleasantries of cucumbers, pore cleansing techniques, and aromatic French lavender hydronics.
Afterwards, they were served another elegant early dinner spa meal of organic fresh fruit juices, La Salade Mentanaise, made with fresh fennel, oranges, artichoke hearts, pine nuts, and lemon zest, tossed with a tangy orange vinaigrette, followed by an organic vegan creamy scalloped potatoes and peas dish, and an exotic French rice dish made from mixing the tasty classic of French onion soup, French sliced green beans, and rice together.
They did not pig out on this delightful tasting spa meal, though it was hearty and filling. So, as they handsomely tipped everyone at the spa for their delightful spa services and luxury French vegan spa meals, they then called it an early night and rested inside their own rooms for a very deep, sound, integrative sleep.
The following morning, they met at 9 a.m. in their private hotel suite for room service, and then headed off to morning restorative yoga class located inside the Royal Crystalline Boutique Hotel. The stretches and sound healing meditations were very enriching experiences to move through for their physical and mental body wellness. The focus for that restorative yoga practice that day was the midriff and twists of all kinds that soothe and eliminate toxins from the physical body naturally.
Now, after class, they went back to their own private suite rooms, showered, took 1 hour power naps, got dressed for an afternoon of fun.
They chose a late lunch at the Chez Fernand Bistro nearby, where mouth-watering specialty vegan lentil burgers, piled high with dill-soaked pickles, avocado, tomatoes, romaine lettuce, and served with a savory avocado plant-based sauce spread. The chef there served the lentil burgers with a garlic vegan style potato mash.
And then the final afternoon in Paris, France, was spent visiting the famous Eiffel Tower and gift shopping nearby the Eiffel Tower for folks back at home in Spain at the Royal Castle of Honda Arriba. So they also purchased two extra suitcases as a luggage at the luggage shop so that they could pack all the gifts and goodies they acquired during the week-long stay in Paris.
The wedding gown, tuxedo, brides, ladies, and groomsmen clothing were already privately shipped out to Coronado Beach, California for custom fittings and tailoring, though Antonio held on to the wedding bands for safekeeping.
And then the final dinner that evening in Paris was quiet and peaceful back at the Royal Crystalline Boutique Hotel Fine Dining Restaurant. They ordered very lightly from an Asian inspired selection on the menu, consisting of raw seaweed salad, raw vegetable sushi rolls with coconut aminos for dipping sauce, and a fresh fruit plate for dessert.
After dinner, they both then returned to their private suites to pack properly for the next day travels back to Spain and to prepare clothing for the next morning to wear as it was going to be an early rise morning day.
Now they met at 6 a.m. the following morning for fresh squeezed juice via room service in their joint living room and dining area inside their hotel suite. They got the suitcases organized for pickup and traveled to the airport where their return first class flight on Angelic Airways to Spain was scheduled for 9 a.m. departure.
Once on board and the flight took off, they then received a pre planned organic vegan breakfast for them, exactly like the one they received on the way to Paris 1 week prior.
Now, the fresh squeezed orange juice and fresh squeezed Persian cucumber juice is what they experienced. Plus, for breakfast, a beautiful setup of organic ancient grains and oatmeal that held high amounts of protein. It was served with an array of fresh fruits, of wild blueberries, bananas, raspberries, raw manuka honey, and finely chopped walnuts and cinnamon.
Everyone back home in Spain was delighted to see them again and meet them at the airport for their arrival with lots of love and warming hugs. Both Catalina and Antonio were so happy and appreciative of a whirlwind week spent together in Paris, France, celebrating their engagement. Plus, they were very grateful that their lives were so blessed with so much support, goodness, love with family, friends, and for having a successful money earning business, creating healthy lifestyles for others in the world with their Gym of Joy franchises in the 3 locations of Spain.
Now, at this point, Catalina's parents felt completely assured she was in good hands to stay in Spain at the royal castle of Honda Riba with Antonio and Jeffrey's family while they returned home to Coronado Beach in San Diego, California. And Antonio, Catalina and Jeffrey were going to oversee the Gem of Joy franchises that were set up successfully from the very beginning in the three locations of Spain.
This was such a new and exciting business adventure with new family for Catalina that provided huge growing with developing in a soon to be wife role added to her newfound life.
And this concludes section 6 of part 5, Beauty Secrets for Your Soul book reading series with Rich Guy. And stay tuned uh, until next when we dive into part 6, the marriage. And Rich Guy, do you have any final words for the listeners?
Enjoy the sweetness of life, everyone.
All right, until next, make it the best legendary day ever. We love you.